Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to Friday's reading lesson, Vendredi le 29 janvier. And we are learning to comprehend today, and to be successful, we'll be able to read the text carefully, use a range of skills to answer questions, and check and, if necessary, edit my answers. I'm going to edit here, a range of readings. That's what we are doing. Okay, so the text is called Brilliant Balloon Ride Experience by Vicky Birch. The day had finally come. I had been waiting for this day for almost 2 months now since I tore open the card on my birthday. I was pleasantly surprised when I opened the envelope, as I had expected there to be nothing more than another happy 12th birthday card inside, perhaps with a £10 note dropping out if I were lucky. But it was even better. Inside was an invitation to an experience day, a brilliant balloon ride. Mum, Dad, Sonny and I were all invited, and we woke up early that morning to make sure we departed on time. As soon as we arrived at the airfield, I flung myself out of the car and rushed towards the rickety little cabin which was situated at the front of the car park. Davies, I gushed excitedly, the Davies family, here for the Brilliant Balloon Ride Experience Day, I continued as I hysterically waved the envelope with our booking details at the gentleman behind the screen. Come right this way, he smiled, beckoning us to meet him outside the cabin's exit. Following a dreary safety talk which seemed to last for hours, we were led towards our own private basket with the hefty balloon hovering beside it as it was being prepared to launch. It was almost time to set off, but much to my annoyance, Sonny was asked to climb in first and sit behind the safety railing. As soon as he did, he immediately clutched on for dear life, which I thought was ludicrous, as the basket hadn't even lifted off the ground yet. Once we were all securely inside, Stephen, our guide, pulled a lever which blasted a powerful gust of fire up into the balloon above us, gradually allowing the mighty balloon to inflate and rise up, beginning its journey into the sky. It was better than I ever could have imagined. Cautiously, I gazed over the railing of the basket and scrutinized my surroundings. It was a wondrous sight. An eternity of blue sky surrounded us, and within it only around half a dozen cotton fluffy clouds. We drifted for roughly half an hour, and I even began to find the repetitive drone of the fire being blown up inside the balloon's interior soothing. Have you ever seen anything like it? One whispered as she gazed in admiration at the scenery. The sun was beginning to rise, and orange rays stretched out across the horizon, forming a hazy cloud which shimmered in the light. Dad lowered his sunglasses, squinting as he peered over their rim. It's quite something, he responded calmly, while shaking his head, absorbing the ambience that the tranquil sun had created whilst we drifted through the air. But all too soon the flight began to draw to a close. Our once-in-a-lifetime experience terminated almost as quickly as it had begun, as the balloon gracefully began to lower. I felt despondent, knowing that in only a matter of minutes we would no longer be suspended below this magnificent envelope, and any future journey through the sky would only ever be witnessed through a dingy airplane window. The balloon carefully glided to the ground, where, with a slight bump, the basket drew to a stop. As I climbed out of the basket onto the dewy grass, my legs wobbling slightly, I felt speechless as I marvelled at the incredible views I had just witnessed. I had seen sights many would not be lucky enough to see in a lifetime. How fortunate I was for my brilliant balloon ride experience. Well, did you enjoy that? I enjoyed reading that. It helped me imagine what it would be like to go in a balloon ride. Right, let's answer some questions now. Question 1. Oh, I've accidentally shared the answer, so let me just pause for a minute. Okay, so question 1. In the opening paragraph, what does the word finally suggest about the lead up to the experience? Pause the video, find the opening paragraph, and write down your answer. Question 2. Which description best explains why the narrator was pleasantly surprised when opening his birthday card? Was it because he had so many cards to open? He was expecting money inside the card? He was not expecting to receive an experience voucher? Or he had never been in a hot air balloon before? Question 3. With the hefty balloon hovering beside it, what does the word hefty suggest about the balloon? It was large and heavy, it carried a large weight, it was brightly coloured, or it was oversized. Question 4, tick the thought which best explains Sunny's thoughts before the balloon ride. I'm not sure what to expect, it's making me nervous. I've been waiting for this for 2 months. I wish we didn't have to leave so early this morning. This is the most beautiful view I've ever seen. And remember, Sunny is the brother. Question 5, use evidence from the text to explain how Sunny's attitude towards the balloon ride differed to the narrator's. Question 6, explain how the description below contributes towards the atmosphere within the text. The sun was beginning to rise and orange rays stretched out across the horizon, forming a hazy cloud which shimmered in the light. Question 7, list 2 impressions you are given of the parents in the text. Question 8, match the character to their primary emotion shown throughout the text. So narrator, Sunny, mum, dad, and you've got 4 to choose from. Apprehensive, meaning worried, amazed, astonished, and excited. Question 9. Circle the word which best describes the balloon's descent, so how it comes down. Is it rapid? Is it despondent? Is it untimely? Or is it elegant? Use the numbers 1 to 5 to order the events as they occurred in the text. They receive their safety talk. The family admire the scenery from the sky. The family wake up early to travel to an airfield. The narrator begins to feel sad, or it is the narrator's birthday. Okay, now I'll go back. Hopefully you've been pausing and going back to find your answers. You can also go on to Teams and read the text on there and answer the questions in there. Here are the answers that I worked out earlier. So, question 1, what did the word finally suggest? I suggested that the child had been, it meant they had been waiting a long time, they had been impatiently waiting. Question 2, the answer is he was not expecting to receive an experience voucher. Question 3, the word hefty would suggest it was large and heavy. Sunny's thoughts were, I'm not sure what to expect, it's making me nervous. And I'll just show you where that is in the text so that you can see. So it was this bit here. Okay. As soon as he did, he immediately clutched on for dear life. So that shows that he was nervous. And that's the bit that we write here for the evidence. Okay, so the evidence for his attitude is there. He immediately clutched on for dear life, shows he was worried rather than excited. Question 6, these lovely words about the description. It sets the scene for how beautiful the balloon ride would be. Question 7, 2 impressions. Now, I read through and I couldn't find any actual words described, but if you read the bit where they talk about how they're feeling about the balloon ride, where mum whispers, I came up with caring and calm. Caring because they are enjoying the experience and taking their son, and calm because they really sat there beautifully and calmly enjoying it. You may have come up with some others. I'd be interested to see what you came up with. Match the characters, their primary emotions, their main emotion throughout the text. Well, the narrator was definitely excited the whole way through. Sunny was apprehensive, he was worried. Mum was amazed or astonished, and Dad was amazed or astonished. Which one you choose will be fine. Circle the word which best describes the balloon's descent. Now I nearly put rapid, but then, because it was quick, but then I realised no, it says that it comes down slowly, so we can't put rapid. Just go back and show you. So it gracefully began to lower. So I said it was untimely because our once-in-a-lifetime experience terminated almost as quickly as it had begun. So that means it felt like it was really short and they didn't want it to end. So it was an untimely descent. Use the numbers 1 to 5 to order the events as they occurred. So number 1, it's the narrator's birthday. Number 2, the family wake up early to go to the airfield. Number 3, they receive a safety talk. Number 4, they admire the scenery from the sky. And finally, the narrator begins to feel sad because it's all over. Hopefully you did well in your comprehension. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Try to do some reading, and I'll see you for some more Varjet Pour on Monday. Goodbye.